Hello there you guys, this is Fury D, and today I'll be talking about Call of Duty Ghosts. I'll be basically talking about the things that I liked and disliked about the multiplayer. But before I go anything further, I really want to point out one thing I really didn't like, was the hacking of the leaderboards. And remind you guys that it hasn't even been one full day that the game has been out and people are already hacking the shit out of this. Now this really pisses me off and gets me angry. But I'll go into a little bit more detail why. But remember, I'm only talking about the multiplayer. I'm not talking about the story or the extinction mode because I haven't played them or touched them at all. So they might be good or not, you know. Maybe you guys can tell me if you guys know more about it. And remember another thing, that this is only my opinion, right? So you can either agree or disagree. But please, you know, try to be civil about the things that you say in the comments below, because I'm trying to give you guys some information, okay? Like maybe if you guys are on the fence about the game, maybe you want to hear someone's opinion and not a opinion that maybe some other big YouTubers kind of have to say nice things about the games in order to be good with the developer. Now I just want to tell you what I really honestly thought about the game, but I'm not gonna be only talking about the bad things about the the Call of Duty. There were some good things that stood out to me. And first of all, I'll probably be going out the good things. Now one of the good things is I like this, they changed the kill streaks, and basically they're back to skill streaks. They're not score streaks like Black Ops 2. I really didn't like the score streak system, which is a good thing for me. I don't know about you guys. You guys can let me know if you didn't like that. Now they were talking about how they were gonna change the mechanics of the gameplay of multiplayer. I'll be saying that in a certain extent they actually did change certain things, but it's not a game-changing change that they did. But I'll be saying that there was a positive, that maybe there's a good direction they're going, where they added sliding, they added a different like motions where you climb things, the knifing motion. Now the knifing motion, I heard some people that looks like Battlefield. I'll leave it to you guys to whether that is true or not. But anyways, and it also is a fast-paced game, which Call of Duty is being known for, a fast-paced shooting game, which is why I love that game, and I still kind of do. But it's a love and hate situation with Call of Duty for me. Okay, so now I also like the leaning thing. Now the leaning and the sliding could be useful in a way, and some people probably not even gonna use it at all, because it probably gonna get them killed most of the time if they try to use it. Because I don't believe that you can shoot while you're sliding. I might be wrong, or maybe you need a perk to do that, because I haven't fully I got the hang of everything. Because there's a lot of things new things that you need to learn. Like there's a lot of added new perks. There's a few new kill streaks, and I mean that's always a good thing, where there's new things, and you need to play around with it and see what what works for you and shit like that. And there's also new guns, which is kind of like a standard the standard thing that it should be always coming with a new Call of Duty. Now, and also I also like that there was, I don't know, but for me I didn't experience almost no lagging. Probably like 1 or 2 matches, but that was it. But it's just the beginning. Maybe there might not a lot of people bought the game. I don't know. But it's always a good thing that there's no lagging. But one thing I probably will say that is the biggest positive for me, and maybe for the franchise of Call of Duty, is that they added a female character. Now, maybe people don't care about this, but that's a big deal, because I mean they never had any female characters in the multiplayer. So maybe this is acknowledging that girls actually play games, and especially Call of Duty as well. I mean, and I know I play with a lot of girls and online, and they're pretty good. So it's not a guy's game only. But anyways, I'll move on to the next part, which is the negatives. Now, one of the major things that I didn't like is that there's still a lot of campers. Now there's a thing you can say, what, that's not something that they can do about it, but in a certain extent they can. And I feel like in a way the maps have been made they encourage camping, and I'll tell you guys why I believe that. Now the maps are bigger, they're really big. Now sometimes it's really hard to find people in these maps, and I don't know if you guys have I don't know if it's only me, but I'm pretty sure other people have, felt like, where there's times that you go around the fucking whole map and you don't find nobody, and then maybe when you find somebody, it's when they fucking are in a corner and they just fucking shoot you. Because it has happened a couple of times with me, where I'm just like looking for somebody. I was like, what the fuck are they? And then I just go through a corner because, it's something that, it's expected. There's always gonna be campers, but I felt like the way the maps are made are kind of encouraging it even more. Like, there's so many hiding spots. They're so big, and there's so many hiding spots that, it kind of tells people, you know what? I don't want to look for anybody. I'm just gonna stand here and I'm just gonna wait for them and shoot. Bam. Okay. And I can understand that, they can stop campers, but they gotta make the maps in a way that, it doesn't encourage it. Now, another thing I kind of didn't like is one of the game modes, Blitz. Now, Blitz is kind of like, if you guys haven't played it, it's a game mode where it's kind of like capture the flag, but instead of flag, it's portals. Now, the portals, the way you get points is by the opposite team going into the opponent's spawning point where the portal is, and going there, and they go into a portal and they disappear, and they go back to their spawning point and they get a point. Now, what people do is, from the 3 games that I went in and I fucking got out really quickly because I was finding out that people were just camping in their fucking spawns. People were just fucking waiting there, and every time I try to get there, I got killed. Now, you can say that that's part of the game, that they were defending it, but I just call that shit bullshit. Now, that's fucking, I'm not even gonna talk about that game mode. I'm just gonna say, if you guys hate camping, you better stay away from that. Now, it can be a legitimate game, but I'm pretty sure not a lot of people from Call of Duty are gonna like that. But anyways, I'll move to the next one. Now, I feel like I'm not gonna say that some of the gameplay was game changing. Now, I said it was a good thing because, they try to change it, but I felt like it was incomplete. Like, they just left it half-assed, like they changed this and that, but then didn't go to the next step, which would have further made the gameplay better. Because I believe that, Activision and, Infinity Ward, they have the resources to make a way better game than, they made this. And I felt like, they left it halfway done. And you guys can either agree with me or disagree. But I feel like, Infinity Ward didn't do the fullest that it could have done with this game. Because I felt like it was going in the right direction, because it kind of looks like Modern Warfare 2 and 3. And the gameplay changed a bit, but it just felt like it wasn't up to the next step, where it would have made it a great game. I think right now it's a good game. It would have made it a great game if they would have changed that. And also, I don't know, this is probably a minor thing, but when I summon the dogs, they like the opponent, I should scratch that. Let me back away. When someone summons a dog and I fucking shooting a whole clip of these motherfuckers, they don't die. I'm like, what the hell? How many clips do I have to empty on this fucker? And in a way, it works way because sometimes the opponent, it takes for a while to kill them. But whatever, it's something that can be fixed with an update or something like that. And then I was talking about the hackers. Now, I think the hacking is the biggest issue I find from all the Call of Duty series that fucks up the game and takes away the fun from most people. Because as myself, I like to level up, I like to spend my time, invest my time on Call of Duty multiplayer, and I want to be rewarded. And by that, I mean the reward for me is, seeing my stats go up. I rank up more, higher and higher, and people see I'm fuck it, that fool's good at what he does, And some people are not gonna care, but most people that play Call of Duty care. Whether they call it, there's always people, that are hating. They call it, you're a tryhard, you're a faggot. They're just hating. Okay, that's just hate because they can't do that themselves. And mostly people, when they're playing that good, they don't even have to try it because it's something that comes naturally. There's some people that are good at it and some are not. Don't hate on them. I actually respect people that they're pretty good. At whatever they do, whether it be a game, basketball, school, you gotta respect that, because people, whatever they try to do, if people try hard, you should give them their, due respect where it deserves to be. But I'll leave that to you guys, whether you take my little advice or little say into heart. But anyways, those are the things that stood out the most to me. Now, you guys can agree or disagree with either everything, or or some things. It's like I said, it was my opinion, because I feel like those things are the ones that really stood out to me the most. Now, the game itself, it's fun. I'm not gonna downplay that. I'm not gonna say this game sucks, because it doesn't suck. It's good. I'm just saying that it didn't stood out to the level, or it wasn't made to the level that it should have been and it could have been. Like, I feel like maybe Infinity Ward didn't put their effort on it, like, because they probably thought, we have our fans, they're gonna buy the game regardless of what we do or what we put out. And I feel like that's a little bit disrespectful, and like kind of like a big fuck you, to the consumer, especially to the fan base of Call of Duty. And it's really disappointing, because I must say I used to be a fan, because I kind of falling down now. I actually wasn't even gonna buy this game, but kind of was convinced to actually even try it out just because of my curiosity. But now I kind of regret it a little bit, because I feel like this game is not worth $65, that I put on it. Like, if anything, it probably should be like $39.99 or even less, And I feel like it's what's it called? They're kind of regurgitating or just throwing out a game again, just with a few changes, and expect people to buy it. And I mean, unfortunately, it works. It's a business, and if less cost goes into making a game, and there's gonna be more earnings, and then what? I mean, you guys make the math. I mean, they're gonna do the same thing over and over until people stop buying the games, or put out more. Like they give them more feedback. So not even say, in a way, saying them like kind of complain to them in order for them to actually do a change. But yes, you guys, those were my major thoughts, and I want to know what you guys feel about anything the things that I pointed out, and maybe you guys have other things that maybe I didn't see, or or even got wrong probably. And let me know what you guys think about the game, because itself, it's a good game and you can have fun playing online and everything, but I feel like just the hacking ruins it for me myself, and I kind of probably might see myself playing less and less. But if by any chance you guys want to see any gameplay, then I'll probably throw it in there. But unless you guys want to, because I'm probably just gonna do, maybe if I do, just a few of them, not even that many, because I usually do walkthroughs on my channel, like for Grand Theft Auto and Beyond Two Souls and other stuff like that. Mostly PS3 games, because I can't afford a 360, and I'm probably gonna be buying one of the next gen consoles, so that's what my quality is gonna be better. But anyways, you guys, yes, those were my 2 cents about Call of Duty Ghosts, and this was Fury D. I'll be seeing you guys later.